Okay, guys, this is question 3 from Progress Check 8, and kind of tough because of two things that you got here. This function, if you don't know what it looks like, it's kind of tricky, and also we want to have it in terms of y because we're revolving around the y-axis. So that's a couple things that you need to know. It is a calculator question, so it does help when you have the calculator, but if you don't have the calculator, you know what the function is. Maybe you guys could use Desmos, plug that in and you could get to see what it looks like. So basically what this actually is, it's a ellipse, and let me just show you what that means. So if you have this function, say you square both sides, bring x and y to the same side, so you get look like this, and then what you do is divide everything by 100, so it'll look like this. So this is the equation for an ellipse, and what ellipse looks like is an oval. So if you have, I'll show you how this works. With the oval shape, take the square root of the numbers below the x and y, and that's actually your major and minor axes. What do I mean by that? So the square root of 25 would be 5, so we know this goes from -5 to 5 on the x-axis, whereas square root of 100 is 10. So it will go from -10 to +10 on the y-axis, and then you get this oval shape somewhat, even though it's a little crooked, but you get that oval shape that we have there. Now, in this particular problem, they are only asking first quadrant and bounded by the x and y axis with the curve. So we could actually get rid of that portion, and we only need this portion right here. And we are revolving around the y-axis, so remember, you make your rectangle perpendicular to the y-axis. Since this region that we're talking about, which would be this right here, revolving around the y-axis, we are using disk. So we need to find our radius. So the radius is, we have to solve this curve in terms of x. In terms of y. So we want to get it to be x equals, which right here we almost have done it. And actually, let's use this one instead, because here we would have, 4x squared plus y squared equals 100. And let's just solve for x. So 4x squared equals 100 minus y squared, and then divided by 4. So this is what I would have done. I don't know if this will make any sense to you guys, but instead of taking the square root, remember, for disk method, it's just a to b, our radius squared, pi, times our radius squared, and then dy or dx, in our case dy. So we could have it as 0 to 10 based on the y-axis. Remember, because it's dy, y equals, so we're looking at 0 to 10 up here. Now, because it's already r squared, if we solved all the way for x, yeah, you would have that plus or minus square root of 100 minus y squared over 4. Well, because we're squaring it, that root goes away, so I just left it as 100 minus y squared over 4, and then dy, and just that would be our setup. Now, I know this is a calculator question, but that's what you would plug into the calculator, is this right here. And that would give us approximately that 523.599. Excuse me. So hopefully that helps a little bit. A little trickier problem just because of, not having a calculator always hurts, but you could use Desmos as a website you could go to get at least the setup of the function. So if there's anything that I give you in the future, which I'm going to try to give you more non-calculator, but if I give you anything in the future with calculator, what I would be looking for is the setup here, and I could give you guys full credit for setups. Okay? Alright guys, let me know if you have any questions. Email me anytime.